Look how even this lift is. See that? It's so nice and white.
Louder, screaming louder, my superpower. Gonna take you higher.
Hello, hair bestie. I'm here with my friend Lauren Nicole, the amazing, talented singer. You've seen her before.
Thank you, thank you.
So let's take a look at her hair here. So I haven't seen you in what, 6 months? So look how much she's grown out. Her natural hair up here is a level 9, and I want to show you. We got this new level finder here in the Guy Tang Mydentity swatch pages. So you can see here, she is a level 9 on top. But Lauren, let's spin you around. Let's see what's in the back. And this is very common in the back of our heads where it doesn't see the sun. It's a little bit darker. So she is a level 8 in the back. So she's an 8 in the back, 9 on top. So when we lighten her hair with Big 9, we're gonna start in the back first and then we'll finish up at the top. Are you ready to be super silver?
Let's go.
This new color we're gonna use on you is called Titanium Shield.
Yes, I'm excited.
You ready to get started?
Let's go.
Let's go! Time to put the body condom on ya. All right, I'm gonna start mixing your coloration. We can't forget my gauntlet. I always have to wear these because they make me feel like I have superpowers. So Big 9 is gonna be the answer. You can see I use it quite a bit. I go through the tubes like crazy. Big 9 allows me to lift Lauren's hair up to 9+ levels. So I'm able to get her hair look super, super white as possible. I usually do 1 to 1/2 ratio, but with Lauren Nicole, I do 1 to 2 ratio. And when you squeeze out the tube, what I find that is best is sometimes you gotta go on the counter like this, almost like a toothpaste. It helps the product go all the way down. All right, so I'm gonna do about 75 grams of the cream lightener. If you've never used a cream lightener, you need to, because the Big 9 is very different, it's very strong, it stays moist unlike powder lightener, and it's just very luxurious. And you could choose between 10 or 20 volume because her hair is grown out so much. You want to use 20 volume off the scalp, and then when you hit the scalp level, you're going to do 10 volume. So right now we're going to do 20 volume because we're going to do 1 to 2 ratio. If you have 75 grams of Big 9 in there, you're going to do 150 grams of 20 volume. Just like so, pour it on in there. Always measure with a scale. So after you finish stirring Big 9 to a whip consistency, now you can add your Olaplex #1, but remember, you don't need to put a lot. Less is more, just like so. And you're just gonna squeeze a dollop in like that. And then you're gonna have your Guy Tang CollagenPowder. Her hair's version is healthy, so I don't need that much. As long as you just sprinkle just a little bit in. So that's a 1/4 scoop, you can see it right there. And then now we just stir the collagen powder in along with the Olaplex #1. So you can see I just divide the parietal areas out the way because I'm going to do them last. The back is the darkest and that's where we want to target first. So I'm just going to divide the back in half and we're going to go in and apply the lightener vertically. And we're going to fold it over like pages to a book, right? So you want to have maximum tension, open the hair out and apply the product, feathering Big 9 out. So here you see I am applying it through the mid shaft, avoiding the rootàge area, just feathering the hair out. And you'll see at the very nape, she's a level 9 at her nape too, but that's okay. We're just gonna apply that 20 volume through and try not to touch the previously lightened hair. But the good thing is we have the Olaplex and collagen powder in there, and if you haven't tried the Guy Tang CollagenPowder, you need to. It's also great in toners, and you get to use it in any brand, so it doesn't matter what brand lightener or product or color you use. The Guy Tang CollagenPowder can be used in any brand. And then you're just gonna fold the hair right over like a book, and you want to move quickly, so move quickly as possible. And I love the consistency of Big 9 because the consistency of Big 9 allows you to spread the product so well, mixing it 1 to 2 ratio. But you're seeing here, I'm keeping off of the rootàge, but the heat from the scalp naturally make the lightener move up to the scalp on its own. And that's okay if it touches the scalp on its own because you're not forcing it to be applied there to begin with. Having it naturally move up on its own, it won't look like a hot root. The situation is when we apply the lightener right on the scalp, you get like a glowing hot root that looks very unnatural and it looks very almost like the hair is compromised. And I'm not going to introduce the foils yet. I'm going to introduce the foils after the fact. So that way the process is slightly slower, because once you introduce the foils, the hair lightens way too fast and you're not going to be happy with the results because you're going to feel like you have to pull the foils out now. But it all depends on what you're going for, right? I'm going for global lightening, so that's why I don't need to do that method. So you can see it's about tension on your hands. You can see that I'm not forcing the product onto the nape area, because when I go back and do the retouch with the 10 volume and do the rootàge, I then gonna run that 10 volume through the nape area with the lower developer, because these hairs tend to not want to grow. The nape hairs always stay shorter usually, even on my hair. And I'm gonna do this around her whole entire head and then finish in the front last. So we have processed her hair for 25 minutes. As you can see how light her hair got all over. She's lifted very, very evenly. And now you can see when the lightener sits on long enough, because the back of her head is a lot more warmer, it naturally creeps up on its own, and that's okay. So you can see it hitting her rootàge area, so that's a level 10 already in just 25 minutes. And the top of her head, I stay off of rootàge. Now I mix a whole new batch. This is 10 volume, the same big 9 with 10 volume and the Guy Tang CollagenPowder and the Olaplex. So now we're gonna apply this on her rootàge. So let's go ahead and just hit it on there. Now there's some places here that it didn't move up, like underneath the nape area where I kind of avoided a lot of the hairs. I'm just gonna go ahead and place it right in through here, and then we're just gonna cross check everything just to make sure. And I always do vertical sections because it helps me get through the hair a lot more quicker. Keep in mind her hair is naturally level 8 and 9, so you know sometimes you just want to do 10 volume, that's fine, but I just want to make sure that I get her hair as nice and white as possible. And we did have Olaplex and the collagen powder, so I feel safe that her hair is protected. So you can see as I open this up, you can see that nice little root area, that rootàge area that we could tackle. What I love is the Big 9 Cream Lightener spreads so well, and it lifts so light. I use this on clients who have level 1, level 2 hair naturally, and their hair would turn platinum blonde in one session. And I just love that it doesn't dry out. And it's also great for a sensitive scalp as well, because some of us deal with clients with highly sensitive scalp, and when trying to apply lightener to your client's scalp, it can burn sometimes. So with the Guy Tang Cream Lightener Big 9, you're able to have that high intense lift while simultaneously protect the scalp, and so there's no irritation.
Yeah, I have not felt any burning yet so far.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely had bleach on my head before where it hurt.
But not with me.
Yeah, this is perfectly good.
Look how even this lift is. See that? It's so nice and white. And then what I do is I let this sit on for another 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll be surprised that the hair just lifts all evenly, because keep in mind the hair on the scalp just lightens really, really fast. One of the things that really connected me with Laura Nicole is she's a music artist. So tell us, Laura Nicole, tell us about your music and your journey.
Wow. Yeah, I'm working on my first album right now. Recently, I released a song, Grateful for This Day, and a music video. It's about mindfulness, present moment awareness, and I think it's just a message people really need right now, because there's been so much chaos and hate and division and just, yeah, all this negative stuff in the collective, and I think it's really important to remember the simple joys of being alive.
What I love what you said is that I think a lot of times we as humans tend to focus on negativity a lot of times, and we forget there's positivity in this world too.
Yeah, absolutely. We just get so caught in a vicious cycle of worry and stress and
hate comments.
Things. Yeah.
Because you get hate comments every now and then, right?
Oh, for sure.
And what happens is we naturally just gravitate towards that negative comment when there's so many positive ones, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you block them, or what do you do?
I guess, yeah, it depends on like what the comment was, but usually like I try to just like ignore it and know that if someone's hating on you, it's usually because like they're hurt or they want to project something that they don't like about themselves onto you, you know? So I just try not to take it personally.
You know what? When you put yourself out there as a music artist, one of the hardest things is people like to judge you. People always like, oh, stick to your day job, stop making music. You get comments that judge you for your voice and how you sing, like you said, but does it hurt your feelings at all, or?
Yeah, I mean, definitely in the past too, it hurt a lot more, and like it can hurt still, but I've been developing more of self-love, I guess I would say, and realizing that like you shouldn't take it personally when somebody lashes out at you. We
always have to remember that. Focus on the good stuff sometimes and not just look at the bad stuff in life, and we could get caught up in our own world, but there's a lot of goodness too, you know?
Yeah.
So, and that's the cool thing about music. It's like music helps you escape And also, this is a very important topic. I know we always talk about this, but for me, it's like, don't ever let anyone trap you in the box. When I first started my YouTube channel and people used to make fun of me doing YouTube, they'll make fun of me doing hair on YouTube. They'll laugh at me. I had people going like, oh my God, they were like mock up how I did hair. So section the hair in 4 quadrants and hair bestie, he's so stupid. Like they'll say stuff like that, making a mockery out of how I talk on my YouTube channel. And then 4 years later, all of a sudden they're trying to start their own YouTube channel. I was like, oh, so you make fun of me. Yeah. And then, so sometimes it's like, it's hard being a pioneer, starting something that no one has done. And, you know, and that's okay. You know, if you see something hasn't been done and you can fill that void, fill it. I'm almost done here. It's pretty quick. I'm gonna process that for 10 or 15 minutes. And we're gonna be back and we're gonna start seeing some fun colors being applied. Are you ready to see the results? Because it's very even. Look how blonde she got. Woo. Even, healthy, blonde. This is perfect, which is 20 volume, big 9, collagen powder, Olaplex, boom. She's evenly lifted. Look how beautiful she looks. Her hair is evenly lifted, level 10. Sure, it wasn't that far of a stretch because she's a level 8, but the cool thing is this sets a very even canvas for us to apply all of the titanium shield color on her. So you're gonna get superpowers. All right, so we are gonna start mixing color. Come on with me. I just launched new superpower shades. This is Titanium Shield, which is a very beautiful silver color. And there's Night Warrior. So Night Warrior is black. You can mix it into any of your superpower shades to deepen them and add some mystery to the color, some depth. Now, if you add SheerPower, which is our clear, to your Titanium Shield, you can soften it and create a light silver color. So this is its full impacted color, and this is with SheerPower to soften the impact of the shade, so it's a little bit more icy. The cool thing about Titanium Shield is that it has a violet base to it, so it cancels out yellow, so you don't run the risk of the hair turning blue, which is in most cases with a lot of silver colors that are out there. They turn blue, they turn green if your hair is too gold, but because of the silver base, you're able to neutralize that yellow that's naturally in the hair. But if the hair doesn't have that much yellow in it and you add SheerPower, boom, you can make it this icy silver. So you have that amazing option right there. So in comparison and contrast to charcoal, I want you to take a look. So in the Vibrant Pastel swatch page here, you can see this is our charcoal. It has a smoky gunmetal appearance to it. In comparison to Titanium Shield, you can see the tonal difference in the silver color. The charcoal has more, obviously, a charcoalized tone. It's smoky, it has that charcoal gunmetal effect, where the Titanium Shield has more of that icy tone, and that's from that violet. It helps cancel out that warmth. So today, I'm gonna put charcoal on her rootàge, then I'm gonna do Titanium Shield through her mids, and then I'm gonna add the SheerPower with Titanium Shield around her face frame to get her that money piece and ombre it down. In the bolage, we are gonna do charcoal on her rootàge, and the reason why is because I like a matted finish, and charcoal gives me that on that base of hers at the scalp. Okay, so this is Titanium Shield, and I'm gonna add SheerPower to it. SheerPower is our clear, and it's very important that when you soften the dyeload, you use SheerPower. Let's go ahead and stir up the SheerPower with Titanium Shield. Look how much pigment that still has. I'm gonna take this opportunity to use the Guy Tang CollagenPowder, full scoop, okay, because now we're gonna ensure that we repair the hair as we deposit. So full scoop is gonna go into each bowl here, and then I'm gonna put a little bit more Olaplex in because now we're depositing, we want to repair the hair. And Olaplex is very acidic, so it ensures that the cuticle remains closed and the hair take the color evenly, because when the hair is porous, it can grab the color really, really dark. I am stirring the collagen powder in with the Olaplex, just like that. And I just love how Olaplex gives it such a nice loose consistency here and keeps the pH low. Now, with the Titanium Shield, I know it appears dark in the bowl, but I want you to take a look. I'm gonna tap it on my finger. Look how soft that dyeload is, right? It's gonna neutralize the yellow and give that silver icy look. So here is the charcoal. We're gonna whip her right on up. And this is gonna be her rootàge formula. So always remember, don't get scared when you see the color come out the bowl, because this is the cosmetic appearance of it. But when you actually put it on the hair, it's very nice and charcoalized. Just remember that. So I'm gonna swipe Titanium Shield with SheerPower so you can see what the tone looks like. So you can see it has that lavender tone to it with a smoky feel with the SheerPower. This ensures that you neutralize the yellow in the hair to create the silver tone in the hair. hair without it turning green. Because a lot of times the hair can turn green with certain silver shades if there's too much gold in the hair. So this gives you that perfect balance. So now this is Titanium Shield by itself. Take a look at that pigment and dye load. So you can see this is a lighter version, adding the sheer power in on this side, and this is the full pigment. Now, the next one I'm going to do is charcoal here, and this is going to be on her rootàge. It's going to ombre itself down, so the rootàge, the mid shaft, the ends. Now keep in mind, this is a piece of paper. It kind of gives you an idea, so the tone will kind of go from dark to light. So now we're going to apply this onto her hair. This is the scary part. Everyone always gets scared, but I let you know, charcoal is not black. I'm going to say it again. Go ahead and bend your head down, Lauren, and we're going to apply that charcoal right on that rootàge. Now look at that contrast. The cool thing about direct dyes is you don't have to mix it with developer. It's pure pigment. I love the way the pastel fades so nicely over time that when this gradually fades out, her hair would just look like icy white blonde. So I love the gradation of it. The wear will just be like, it'll get more and more icy and more silver as time goes by. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a 4-quadrant, put that charcoal right in there. The reason why I chose to do charcoal on the rootàge versus the titanium shield is because the charcoal, it gives more of a matted effect, which I love. So it makes the eyes not look right directly on the rootàge or the scalp. And they merge and blend through seamlessly. And what I do is when I apply the color, I just feather the product out. And you don't have to be like perfectly lined up, because what I find is that when you apply the product and it looks so perfectly lined up, it looks like steps, right? You want to just color melt and blend everything down. I love your hair color. It's so much fun to work with. I know so many people, they're naturally blonde and they literally want to color their hair black because they go, oh, I want to look exotic and have black hair. I was like, no girl, your hair is blonde, stay blonde.
Yeah, no, I've been through those phases for sure.
Tell me about it.
And I mean, especially when I was younger, I thought it'd be really cool to have black hair, but all the hairdressers would always tell me, people would die to have your color, like never dye your hair. And so I started thinking like, oh, you know, I'm gonna just embrace my natural beauty and like never dye my hair. But then like I realized eventually like how fun it was to color your hair and to experience a different kind of version of yourself, a different aspect of yourself. I started coloring my hair because of modeling. Yeah,
and then you got hooked.
Yeah, and then I was like, you know, this is actually like really fun to like experience myself as, it's almost like you're a new person, you know, when you have different colored hair. At least it feels that way, you know?
You know, I love that you brought that up, because there's so many people out there who are like, embrace your natural hair, and that's fine. You look at me and everyone's always asking me, how come you don't color your hair green, blue, or purple? And why do I always just have, you know, brown hair? Okay, what color do you think I should color my hair? Green, orange, yellow, maybe?
Hey, I'm trying to think.
Leave your comments below, let me know, because I might just do it. So you can see here on the side, look at that. Look at the contrast from that charcoal into the blonde. Does that look scary to you?
This is the new look.
So earlier we talked about like when you got into music, a lot of people doubted you. Where do you think you are now with your music?
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of the doubting came from even just my immediate family. And I don't think that's because they like didn't think I was talented, but it was more so that like they just want what's best for me, and like from their view, they thought going into music was gonna make me a starving artist, and you know, like my parents wanted me to be successful, which like I understand. Yeah, no, it definitely had to overcome the self-doubt and the, yeah.
You have to take a lot of risks as a music artist, and people have no idea how much passion you put into it, your vulnerability, because you write your songs. You're a singer, songwriter, you play the piano, you play the guitar.
Lots of things.
You do a lot of things, you have so much talent. So that's why today I want you to perform. I want you to perform live for me. Can you do that for me today?
Yes.
I am excited to hear you sing live. We're gonna get live performance here, y'all. Live performance. Okay, so I'm on to my second formula. As you can see here, in my eyes, I'm very picky. I can see yellow. I'm very sensitive to yellow, but it looks white, but for me, I can see everything very carefully. So I'm gonna use the full concentration of Titanium Shield. You're gonna love this color. Titanium Shield is one of my all-time favorite shades I've ever developed and created for the SuperPower collection. So you're seeing here, I'm applying mainly through the mid shaft, but avoiding all of the ends. So when I turn her here, you can see how I'm avoiding all of these ends where almost appear like a level 11 or 12. This is where I'm gonna add the sheer power formula and drag it through. You can even add even more sheer power to the very tips if you want them to look more icier, depending on what direction you're going for. So I'm doing one section at a time because of this direct dye. Direct dye has no ammonia, so you are required to really penetrate the hair. You see here, it has a soft violet base, but trust me, once it's in the hair, it looks very, very silver. Then what I do is I take that formula, I spread it up to the rootàge, and just blur it through, and that's what creates that perfect seamless color melt. And section by section, I work my way up. And don't worry about cross-contaminating a little spots here, because keep in mind, we're staying tone on tone, so you will not see that, right? It's all gonna blend right in. So you can see right here, titanium shield color, pat right on there, and we're just gonna work our way up. Okay, so on the third formula here, you can see I apply the sheer power with the titanium shield, but leaving the tips out because I'm gonna add more sheer power to that same formula and drag it through the ends. And this is what keeps it looking natural, because the hair around the face like this and the ends are more porous. They're older hair, so they grab the color more, will become dark. So I'd rather be safe and drag the sheer power through the ends. Now the ends here, we have to say they're porous. And remember, we're gonna let it process for 20 minutes. You could do it 25 minutes if you want, but 20 minutes is good. And it's gonna look very, very beautiful. And what I love is that this color is gonna have a great fade out for it, and it lasts for a very long time. These are the super power shades, and so over time you'll just see the hair turn to a nicely blonde. All right, so I'm just gonna apply this through, and then we're gonna have a little singing moment with Laura Nicole. And here we are. I'm gonna pass the guitar over to you. What song I'm gonna do first?
My song Karma.
Ooh, that's my favorite.
Yeah, it's kind of related, I feel like, to what we're talking about. It's just about how we all have inherent value as humans, no matter what our success or fame is or material wealth.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna step aside 6 feet away so you can reveal your beautiful face and take off your mask. Okay, well, I'll be back. You sing away.
All right, so yeah, this is a song that I have released right now, and go check out the music video on my channel. It's called Karma. Celebrity, one with the machine, offers no sense of realness, only false routine. If you give love, you'll get love. You create your fate. Work hard, then play hard. Karma sets things straight. Love your neighbor deeply, forget about their name. We're created equal, regardless of fame. But you treat me like a god. Yeah, we treat them like they're gods, but they're only human. Value is innate. I am only human, creating my own fate. Despondencies, always needing more, filling these voids with material things. Inner peace will free. If you give love, you'll get love. You create your fate. Work hard, then play hard. Karma sets things straight. Love your neighbor deeply, forget about their name. We're created equal, regardless of fame. But you treat me like a god. Yeah, we treat them like they're but they are only human. Value is innate. I am only human, creating my own fate. Looks amazing.
Icy, frosty, silver hair. I love it. Your hair is healthy.
Yes, silver fox, blue steel.
Do you love?
I love it.
Obsessed. Okay, that titanium shield, you need it in your arsenal. It's in a new superpower collection, along with Heartbreaker, Lover Boy, and Night Warrior. It's gonna be amazing in your superpower arsenal. You can do so many things. It's all intermixable to create all your fantasies and dreams of hair color that will come true. Anyway, you can check it out on mydentitycolor.com, at your Cosmoprof stores, as well as I'm gonna leave links below so you can stalk Laura Nicole's music and on her Instagram and her YouTube channel too as well.
Yes, go check it out.
Check it out, guys, as well. Follow me, thumbs up, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, download my music, and check out all the products on, like I said, Cosmoprof, okay? Love you much. Bye-bye.
Broken promises.